Want to 10x your growth? Discover how only 3 growth hacks in 10 days can change everything. Welcome to the 10-Day Growth Hacking Challenge with your host, Nader Sabri. Today, we are here with Shamim Chowdhury, shaking things up when it comes to mindset development for entrepreneurs, especially in the involuntary entrepreneurship space. To get more information about what he does, click below. If you want to know a bit more about his story and a little bit more in depth about what he is actually shaking up, head over to the kickoff video. Today, we're here on our final episode for review. Congratulations for finishing the 10-Day Growth Hacking Challenge. Shamim, awesome.
Thank you very much. It's been a great journey.
Yes, it has. And it's a transformational journey. So give us a little bit of background to kind of some of the results that you've had, some of the feedback that you have, and ideally some of the transformations that you've had, both on a professional level, but even on a personal level that you can share with the audience would be fantastic.
Wow. I think I don't even know where to start. I think that the most transformational experience that has come out of this is this idea of unlocking new strategies to build a community in such a way that's meaningful, that is engaging, and fruitful as well. So awesome. I think that's probably the most important thing that I've achieved from this 10-day workshop.
Fantastic. And what are some of the transformations? I mean, things that like have when you first came in and then where you are now, I mean, what are some of the transformations that are like, whoa, dude, I mean, this process have really helped me with this one particular or two particular parts?
Well, I think it's just the fact that you've been asking the right questions and you've been providing the suggesting tools that will help to validate what I'm trying to achieve, right? And like, for example, the mindful entrepreneur or the mindful startup program, just trying to get the understanding of what the public want from that, and are they asking for it, and so and we've established the fact that this is an area that has not really been delved into, it's not really been touched on.
Exactly.
But yet I validated at the same time that people want to see this, they want to be involved in this, and so this created this shift of understanding. And the question now is, how do we do it in such a way that creates that awareness and gets people involved at the same time?
Fantastic. Yeah, I mean, what I noticed from my side as a major transformation was very early on when we started the process. When the minute we got that clarity, there was this aha moment, which was focusing on the involuntary entrepreneurs and bringing that into the lens of what you're actually developing and offering and how you deliver it. I think that has been a tipping point in the sense of how you've been transforming, because I can see the energy level and the focus level actually shifted from my side. Like I saw in the beginning, like you were on this path, and then when things got crystal clear as day, you were like, whoa, dude, okay, hang on a second. Your energy levels actually changed. I was able to see that. And I saw that you were able to just go down this path. Like, dude, I'm gonna nail this thing. I'm gonna go down it. And you've been asking the right kind of questions. Actually, I mean, things like, okay, here's some trivial situations, and regardless of what the answer may look like, I mean, you're going down the route courageously. And that's always to be commended. Sometimes people are afraid to ask the tough questions because they're afraid of what the answer might be, or they're afraid of the effort it might take to figure it out. And that was definitely not a challenge at all for you, which was great. I think that really helped you out with the clarity as we moved forward. I think the other thing was with the signals, right? Especially in the last hack where the signals are starting to really rise up. And I really love how you identified that it wasn't really the top growth number, but it was rather the signals within it. And you've accumulated 100 people, which is a lot, actually. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot in the sense of your goal, which obviously, but in the sense of where you are and where you're going, actually, it's a lot more significant than you think. And in fact, it's like gold, having these first 100 people. And I think using that asset has been an amazing thing for you. And I think you're just still tapping into it. Like it's just starting out for you. And the challenge, I think, has helped you jump onto that in a different way. So it got us focused. We know which direction you're going. So that's kind of my feedback from my side. How has this process, if we were to just focus on the challenge and the process itself, how do you see for the process itself and the challenge itself has helped you in the last 10 days?
It's very simple. It's building that clarity.
Yeah.
And that's the key problem that most entrepreneurs face as they're building a startup, is they don't typically lack the ability, they just lack clarity. And that was exactly what we're unfolding here.
Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah. And I want to add to that. I mean, clarity is the first step, and the next thing are the building blocks. I see a lot of entrepreneurs who stifle on building blocks. And that's been one of the learnings we've had here on the challenge, where we kind of been learning as we measure the level of building blocks an individual would have or an organization would have, regardless of size. If the building blocks are not there, and if they're not in at least decent order, so they don't have to be great, they just have to be there and in decent order, with the combination of focus, then we can get growth. So we've seen this happen a few times, which is fascinating for us here on the challenge. It's fascinating because we learn so much about some of the behavioral traits and how we can help guide people, right, for future development, for growth. So it's been quite amazing. So on the final note, I mean, if you were, for anybody who's watching this, if there was like one point you wanted them to leave with as a learning for them to take on that you've learned, what would that be?
I would say the first point really is just ask the question. And you know, my father would always tell me when I was very young that, you know, the one who asks the question is at worst a fool for a day, and the one who doesn't is a fool for life.
I love that.
And that is really, you know, something I always take from to the grave. You know,
Wow.
It's so powerful, and it's so important, especially when you're trying to build a startup, trying to create that impact. You're not going to create that impact if you're not asking the right questions. So
I love that quote. The quote is, ask the question and you'll be a fool for a day, but if you don't, you'll be a fool for life. Correct?
Yeah.
Amazing. Powerful. We got to capture that, because that is exactly what this is about. Amazing. So that's your point, everybody. don't be a fool, right? That's the thing. Don't be a fool. Ask the right question. Awesome.
Actually, the point is, be the fool for a day.
Yeah.
Right? Don't be a fool for life, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. So awesome. I mean, congratulations. We've reached the end, of course, of this challenge. As you know, part of the format, we have what's a pay it forward system. You can only get into the challenge through nomination, like yourself. You've been nominated by one of our great other contenders as well. And paying it forward is super important as part of our process in getting the best possible talent to tap into the growth capabilities that we offer here in the challenge. So over to you. When we pay it forward, who are your nominees? And if you want to share with us why, more than happy to. If not, you just want to tell us who your nominees are, that's awesome.
I think, so first of all, you know, I really believe in what you're trying to do. I really believe the impact that it's creating. The fact that it's helped me, you know, in my journey. There are a number of other entrepreneurs that have shown a lot of progress in their journey as well, and I feel that they could also benefit from your inspiration, from your guidance as well. So I would love to mention names. Is that okay now?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it. Yeah. We have contenders that nominate more than 3 even. They get excited, and that's awesome. So it's up to you. The pay it forward is in your hands, my man. Yeah.
Yeah. So there is an entrepreneur that has a platform for power women. All right. That's her idea. Her name is Simran. That is my first nomination.
Awesome.
My second nomination is someone that is trying to create another form of community through advertising, but in such a way that users are benefiting from the advertising network, as opposed to the social media giants that are just reeking it in.
That sounds interesting. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So he has a vision for this, and you know, I believe he'll be able to achieve that. And his name is Yusuf. And so that is my second nomination.
Awesome.
And my final nomination, there are so many people I wanted to put into this, but unfortunately, I can only pick three.
Yeah.
And so my final nomination would be someone I think needs it probably the most. I think he's a great individual. He's learned so much more about himself in the last 3 months than in the last 3 years. And he's on track to creating more progress and showing more of his potential. And he just needs someone to untap that potential. And I think that he would be a perfect person to do that. So his name is actually, it's escaped me for a second.
Oh my gosh.
He is the founder of Agati, which is focusing around, how you have Google doing reviews of companies and you got Trustpilot. So the way he's doing it is taking on a different approach, which validates user experiences to ensure that there's no fake reviews.
That's amazing.
He's ensuring the quality and depth of feedback so that companies can actually take that and use that to as a means to understanding what they need to do next for their product,
that's huge.
Or service culture.
Yeah, that's huge right now, man. Yep.
Yeah. And his name is Khalid.
Khalid. Awesome. So that is awesome. That's the Pay It Forward system, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we work here, how we nominate. And as we reach to the end of the challenge here, I give one more challenge always, to keep everybody moving along, right? So we've in the book, we finished 3 of the 20 in here. So I challenge every contender at the end. I say, listen, there's 17 spots left in here. If you finish them in the next 60 days, I'll put you into my All-Star program, which is being developed and defined at the moment, but it's going to be a place where the top players who play within the challenge and make stuff happen are going to be doing next level stuff when it comes to growth, with a whole bunch of new, upgraded and updated awesome resources to make things go to the next level when it comes to growth. So I challenge you to do that. Please use what you've done in the last 10 days, whether it be the transformations, the energies, whatever it is, take it and use it for the next 60 days, get those next 17 down and dusted and ready to go. And I hope to see you in the All-Star program, man. Yeah. Fantastic. All right. Congratulations for finishing the challenge, Shamim. Thank you very much for being part of the challenge. Good luck.
And thank you for your guidance.